Hello again, this is Carlos with the Indie Lounge, and I am at iLounge, where there's an open mic, and I have yet another guest. So please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I am Moshua Loriel, also known as Phloetic Justice.
I wanted her to say it because it's beautiful. It's just the Phloetic Justice. Okay, so it is an open mic. Let's go into how you got into this, what kind of poetry you get into, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Well, I moved here from South Carolina. I've only been in Atlanta 6 months, so I'm a baby here. Yeah, I moved from South Carolina. I started about 2.5 years ago. I was originally only doing songwriting, but I got to see my first poetry slam, which I didn't know what a slam was. And I got so into watching the performers and how animated they were and how they could just spit the poet off the top of their head. And it was just crazy to me. So I started reciting poetry, and I won my first 5 or 6 slams, and after that it was on from there. Nowadays I don't slam as much, but I'm still big on the spoken word scene and just trying to make my splash on Atlanta.
So is your poetry more emotional, or is it talking about society? What kind of topics do you pick on?
I'm actually really random. I really talk about like whatever I see. I'm inspired by everything, by life in general, everything around me. So I have actually very random poetry. I've been lately writing a lot of relationship poems. Don't ask me why, but but in general, I usually spit about anything. I spit about life, people faking, relationships, death, dancing, my ADHD. I spit about everything. So I'm very random.
That's funny because I was asking you before. So because we're in the iLounge, we're in a room where they actually have all the beer and sodas and everything connected, so we got a little interrupted, but we're going to continue the conversation. So how old were you when you started?
If I'm 23 now, I started between 19 and 20-ish.
Okay. And who inspired you to become a poet? I mean, I know you kind of got into how you went from writing music into the poetry, but was there something or somebody that inspired you to get into poetry?
Well, honestly, I was deeply inspired by the South Carolina poets. The slams there and the people there, they're so supportive. They're so different and creative. And it was a very eclectic group of people. Everybody had different views, but poetry brought them all together. So I was inspired by all of them. Moody Black, Kimby the Goddess, all the Black Phoenix, all of my friends back in South Carolina, all the poets, because they just blew me away. And they inspired me to do better. They challenged me to do better, even without literally challenging me. Just watching them makes me want to be a better performer.
So you're going to be doing an open mic tonight. Do you have any topics, or you're going to just do it off the top of your head?
I usually just fill out the crowd and just see how it's going, and then I just kind of base what poem I'm going to do off of that. But most of my poems I have memorized are slam pieces, so they're pretty short, but just however the crowd is reacting, I usually just go by how I feel like they would appreciate it.
So they're going to start performing soon. I don't want to keep you for too long, but how can people find out about you?
Well, you guys can follow me on Twitter at Miss Phloetic, MSPHLOETIC. That's on Twitter. On Facebook, you guys can find me at PJ Jackson. That's my base name. That's a family name. Find me at PJ Jackson on Facebook. I post about all my shows, all my performances. I plan on doing a lot in Atlanta. You're going to see me all the time. So please follow me, follow my shows, and I stay around a great group of poets. So if you follow me, you follow the fun.
Now, how's Atlanta been treating you?
I absolutely love Atlanta. I've been wanting to be in Atlanta since I was 16, like for real. So now that I'm finally here, I love it. I'm at all the scenes. I get a lot of love out here. People really respect my art. They like my craft. I love seeing the dope female poets to represent in Atlanta. There's so many that are well-known female poets here, and they really inspire me too, just to do better. I just feel like I just want to make my own splash. I want to make my own scene because I'm my own poet. I'm not like all the rest. I have my own swag. But I love it. They're very receptive, and there's always opportunities. All these open mics, just like this one here at iLounge. This is my first time coming here, but I always appreciate making new crowds, and you always make new fans and new crowds. So I like to take advantage of all the opportunities that I have to try out different spots so that I can build my fan base and also appreciate the art from all different aspects. So they're treating me great. I love Atlanta.
Well, have a great night. I hope you do really well, and thank you guys for watching. And that's all for tonight.